Well, hello there. My name is Sometimes Heather and I play Sorc Online. Last time, we talked about the night market and today, I thought I might show you a build that I use at said location. I have chosen my High Elf Sorc for this, although a Breton might work better since they have more magicka and their magicka abilities cost less. I have a little bit of a sustain issue with RCP, so learn from my mistakes. So, Night Market is a super challenging place, and to make life easier for myself, I have made some radical adjustments to RCP's build. I have tried to find a balance between weapon and spell damage, critical chance and crit damage, and offensive penetration. When testing in Vaults of Madness, I was happy to see that this new build is easy to handle. Despite the slight sustain issue which I'm going to try to resolve with potions and improved rotation, I was able to clear mini-bosses pretty fast and do consistent damage on larger enemies. My dungeon run was fun and enjoyably easy in every department, which is exactly what I wanted, keeping in mind the difficulties I faced at Night Market. Now, I have all of RCP's attribute points on magicka, and we are walking under the Lover boon to maximize physical and spell penetration. I play as a stage 4 vampire, but since I didn't use any abilities from the vampire skill line, this is not mandatory. Feel free to get rid of the curse if you'd like. That would also improve sustain a bit since being a vampire makes regular abilities cost more. Let's start with champion points then. In Warfare, my active stars are Fighting Finesse, Weapons Expert, Wrathful Strikes, and Untamed Aggression. In Fitness, my usual siphoning spells, Rejuvenation, Fortified, and Boundless Vitality. And in Craft, I have my fishing setup. Do choose the craft stars that make playing fun for you. I have given LCB a Resto Star for a backup weapon. First, Critical Surge. This is our heal. When dealing critical damage, Surge heals you for a set amount. This also grants us Major Brutality and Sorcery, which give a boost to weapon and spell damage. Next, we have Boundless Storm. This sends RSB into lightning form and allows her to zap enemies with a set amount of shock damage every 2 seconds. Boundless Storm also gives us Major Resolve and Major Expedition to increase physical and spell resistance and to make us fast, like a lightning. I felt the need to equip a quick, easy emergency heal. Radiating Regeneration heals you and 3 allies. This gets tossed around a lot in the Night Market. It's quick, it's easy, it does the job. I have included a Scribed ability, but feel free to choose something else here. If you play as a vampire, Blood Mist might work. So I'm warding Contingency Drone's runes on LCB. When she casts an ability with a cost, be it block or spell, the runes trigger her to cast damage shields on LCB and her allies. These shields absorb damage for 22 seconds at a time and also reduce damage taken and grant minor protection. Last, on this weapon, we have Channeled Acceleration from Sigic on the skill line. This grants Minor Force for an entire minute. Minor Force increases critical damage by 10%, more is again more. Accelerate also increases movement speed for a moment. Switching to our main weapon, a Lightning Staff. Here we have pretty much everything from Herald of the Tomb. I'm SubClassed Sorcanist. First, Escalating Rune Blades. This launches a series of apocryphic runes at enemies. These runes deal an escalating amount of magic damage and generate crux. The last rune also deals area damage, and the more crux you have when casting this, the more damage it does. But next, we have a way to use all the hard-earned crux. Pragmatic Fate Carver is a channeled ability which allows a beam of blinding light to deal a set amount of magic damage to up to 6 enemies in its path. Casting Fate Carver will consume all crux to increase its damage. This is really handy when clearing hordes in Night Market districts. Then we have Lightning Flood. This creates a nexus of storm energy at target location and deals a set amount of shock damage to all enemies within reach over 10 seconds at a time. This comes with a synergy. Activating Conduit Synergy will deal another burst of shock damage to enemies all around. You can use your own synergy if you don't trust friends to hit it for you. Moving on, we find Fulminating Rune. This draws a rune under an enemy to deal a set amount of magic damage to all those it reaches during the next 20 seconds. After 6 seconds, the rune detonates to deal a set amount of frost damage to all enemies within reach. Fulminating Rune also comes with a synergy. Allies can activate the Rune Break synergy to deal even more frost damage upon enemies. Last on this weapon, we have Recuperative Treatise. This draws runes on your weapon. The runes pulsate out with power every 5 seconds to enhance class abilities and to deal magic damage upon enemies. As an enemy is stricken, this restores magic and stamina and also generates crux. And while slotted in either bar, Recuperative Treatise grants you Major Brutality and Sorcery, which I have doubled up on. These don't stack, but since I needed both Critical Surge and Recuperative Treatise, I ignored the doubling. For our ultimate, I chose Shooting Star. This summons a comet to fall from orbit to deal a set amount of flame damage and to knock down and stun enemies in the target area. After the initial impact, Shooting Star continues to deal flame damage to enemies in the initial target area. This seems to work pretty well at the night market, and it also triggers the Mage's Guild Empower Granting passive. Which takes us conveniently to passives. I have everything from Storm Calling and Herald of the Tome. From the latter, you can get a huge amount of offensive penetration, which you really need at the night market. This is why I held on to Recuperative Treatise. I also got everything on Destruction Staff, Restoration Staff, Light Armor, Soul Magic, Fighter Skill, Major Skill, Sitric Order, Undaunted, and Racial Skill Lines. I have chosen 2 craftable 5-piece sets and 1 monster set for RCB. First, we have Order's Wrath from High Isle. This adds to critical chance and weapon and spell damage. With a full set on, critical damage and critical healing are increased. This is a really good crit set. Mother's Sorrow would also work here. I have this covering weapons and jewelry slots. My main weapon, a Landing Staff, is Nern-honed and enchanted to do shock damage. Restore Staff is infused and my jewelry is made with the Bloodthirsty trait and enchanted to increase weapon and spell damage. More is more, even if sustain suffers. For our second craftable set, we went to Westfield. Darkest Strike adds to weapon and spell damage. With a full set on, dealing damage with a fully charged heavy attack grants you Major Berserk, which increases damage done to monsters. Which is just what we need when monsters are many and have a lot of hit points. I made my pieces light and divine. Darkest Strike covers chest, waist, hands, legs and feet. Our monster helm comes from Red Petal Bastion. Shoulders can be purchased from Undaunted Vendors. Prior Theoric adds to weapon and spell damage. With both pieces on, dealing direct damage with an area of effect creates a whirlwind under affected enemies. This whirlwind deals a set amount of physical damage and also causes enemies to take more damage from your area of effect abilities. I don't know if this is the best possible set for night market, but it is fun. I really wish I could say you can solo your way through night market with this build, but yeah, no. You will need a group no matter how hard you hit. This new and improved Sorcanist will help you along though. I have taken this version of RCP to the districts a few times now and I like the way this drives. Arcanist abilities give a lot of firepower and Sorc abilities help with staying alive and helping others stay alive as well. I have actually started to look forward to entering the event zones so I can blast my way through hordes of enemies and find all sorts of cool new collectibles. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time, I thought we might take a look at RCP's gold and cosmetics. Thank you so much for watching and see you all later.